Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Reality with DVD. How you doing? This is going to be my episode recap of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Season 16 episode. Is it episode 16? Yeah, because I think last week was 15. Oh, well, if I'm incorrect, I will correct myself at the end in the description box, because I want to get this. Baby, when I tell you that I have been stressing out about getting this little video out for an episode that ain't really worth my time like that to be stressed out about. So the episode opens up with Drew and Angela, and they are talking about how during BRIT's Emmy-winning performance, it was hard for both of them to keep a straight face. So Angela had a straight face up until the point she looked at Drew. Drew gets a confessional. She says, "Wow." And they say I'm an actress. Baby, that was not acting. That was a Caitlin Clark, LeBron James flop is what that was. And if you know, you know. And shout out to Angela, so you should know, because it's in basketball. Because that's what that was. So everybody is in awe of what's going on between Britt and Kelly. What's the matter with Britt and Kelly? They're not talking. They're not walking. They're not being kind to one another. Kelly's outing Britt about her non-philanthropic dealings. And she's seemingly more so in tune with Shania than she is with Britt. And Britt, of course, is no one's friend. So we go to somebody's room, I guess Cynthia and Portia. No, because Cynthia is roommates with Drew. Well, it must be Portia. Who did Portia end up rooming with? Well, anyway, the three of them are in somebody's room together. And the room is nice and cool, according to Phaedra. And so Cynthia is like, "What's going on?" "Oh, girl, I'm about to spill the tea." So as they were discussing Britt and Kelly, Phaedra said, "Oh, girl, I got the tea." Cynthia, ooh, spill it. And they all want to know what's going on. Because, like I said, not only did Angela and Drew notice that Britt and Kelly weren't bosom buddies, so did the rest of the crew. So, according to Phaedra, she goes on to say, "Well, Tinkerbell seems to be upset about the Glam Squad." Is that what it is? Oh, that's what it is. And all this. So, I don't think I'm the only one who's tired of Phaedra making the references to the tiny animals and the tiny kingdom of people, fairies, and gnomes, and what's not. When we all know that you'll short stack yourself, bitch. What is your deal? I'm sick of Phaedra. It took her 3 episodes for me just to say, why? When I actually I knew I wanted to know why in the first place. What is she supposed to be saving exactly? Now, where was I before I was so rudely interrupted? Well, whatever it was, all I was saying was about Phaedra and talking about people and being little short stacks, and she want to sit. But Britt and Kelly, I'm thinking that it was about the glam team, and I got to that part. But anyway, moving right along. So we get to Britt and Kelly themselves, and Britt comes in. Kelly, you're not being very sisterly. And I think you're hiding behind your team. And Kelly, like, I got a lot going on, girl. I'm going through this damn divorce. And my husband getting on my damn nerves. Here you coming in here with your bullshit now. Should Kelly have told her that it's about the glam team? Absolutely. She also should have told her that I'm backpedaling up off of your core cat because the rest of the group is seeing you just for who you are. And as far as this whole giving and being philanthropic goes, you ain't that girl. You just ain't that girl. Because you sitting up here at the table the other day bragging about how much you gave to your team and taking them to get booty shots and whatnots. But in all actuality, you're not giving in a way that is beneficial. Because, baby, them butt shots is optional. You giving to the Grenadian people, that's necessity stuff. And 2-3 rolls of toilet tissues, or packs rather, is not the same as what we needed in the moment. However, Brett should have also been honest. I ain't got it like that. $250 and a couple rolls of toilet tissue, of pikes, is all I could get. I'm really very poor. My 10-carat diamond ring was rented. My Rolls Royce is rented. I borrowed the bag from somebody that I know in the Hollywood scene. The Birkin. Ain't none of this shit mine. Everything I own is an illusion. But yeah, that's again, at the same time, Kelly should have definitely said, bitch, I don't want you using my glam squad team. Me letting you borrow them for an episode or 2, yeah. But you borrowing them for 4, 5, 6, and 7 episodes? No, ma'am. I don't want to look like you all the time. Looking like you a couple of times? Cool. What she want next? My gynecologist? Kelly, that wasn't a good one. Because if Dr. Jackie, your gynecologist, she everybody in Atlanta gynecologist. And even though she's a certified BITCH, that does not mean that she's not a good gynecologist. She been working with the Kudos for a very, very, very long time. So I'm pretty sure she's good at what she does. And let's get on, move right along. So we get down to the pool areas, because it's time for us to eat our breakfast and brunches and recalibrate, because we getting ready for the jib jab. So we all around the table. Bristol last to arrive to the table. Kelly still preparing for her divorce, child. Cause they like, where is Kelly? How come she ain't down here yet? And who speaks up? Phaedra. Divorce the Phaedra. Well, she getting divorced. Bitch, you divorced the felon. Not too much on the divorces. So finally, we find out that Drew and Kelly have a whole bunch of things in common. They both realize they're married to narcissistic assholes. And they have the same anniversary date. Well, baby, Kelly, you and your cheeks and your booty and your thick titties could have found that out had you not been running up and behind Shamil's whack ass. When I tell you that Shamil, I thought Marlo was a big disappointment. In the many returns of Sheree have all been disappointments. Kim Zolciak finding out that she has never gone on a cash trip. Disappointment. But you, my dear, the biggest disappointment of all, you are on my damn list. I cannot stand Shamia. I never thought that I would be able to utter those words out of my lips. By the way, Fedra always notices something about somebody. She said that Brit had a backward titty or something like that. So I don't even know what that was about. That's neither here nor there. So we get to Shamia. And Shamia's still in a bad mood. And we got to do something to lift Shamia's spirit. So we gonna give her a big ass hay hat and let her take some pictures. Now, why is that baby still off up in that cold room? The mama calls. And did Gerald fire the nurse? No. The nurse is protected in a warm blanket, but not the baby. The baby is still in a cold environment. And again, the nurse wouldn't get in trouble if I investigate your case in the Great Hall, Shamia and Gerald and Mama Shamia. If I was your social workers. You are the parent. Gerald is the parent. You hired the nurse. Who hired the nurse to take the bath, to got the nurse, then the hair, that reminded me of that. Let's swallow the fly, and hand inside, and swallow the clay, hand inside. Yeah, one of the stories my kids used to listen to about the old lady that swallowed some coal. And yeah, they didn't like the one about the fly. They liked the one about the lady that swallowed the coal. Because then she hiccuped a whole snowman outside her body. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. You hired the nurse. So y'all done fired the nurse? When the baby was nearly swallowing and was in the cold air? Y'all crazy. Why is this baby still in cold air when the house is built by Gerald and all his fantastic HVAC systems? What the hell is going on down to the Great Hall? Now, I will say, like I said before, there could be some factors here. If I was to investigate this case as a social worker, again, you parents would be the ones who would be in trouble for negligence, not the damn nurse. Because even though she was in a warm pajama electric blanket, why was the room so damn cold she had to do that? Now, was she again trying to keep the house sterile? What the hell is wrong with you, Shamia? Are you okay? Do you know that when children are susceptible to infectious disease, they put them in cold places? You know damn well if y'all had that baby in a hospital, the fucking room would be cold. And again, I ask you, was the nurse doing nursely duties? Could the heat have been a cause of some of her issues? Because when children get too hot, it's the very, especially children that young and susceptible to disease, it is the damn opposite of what's with us. While y'all talking about the nurse was warm, it's the opposite. And then I swallowed her up. The little mama saw. I swallowed her up and it took me a whole hour to get her back warm. Cause she was shaking and freezing. Weird. Especially if the kid had a damn fever. The fuck? I cannot. Let me get off them. Because they're just, I cannot with Shamil. I can't. So, oh, baby, did I tell y'all Shamil and Kelly were dressed alike? Frickin' and Junior. Freck and Frick Junior. Whatever the hell it is. Anyway, I ain't gonna talk about this no more. We're gonna get on down to the jib jab. And everybody was dancing and twirling, and people was grinding, and they were grinding on them, and they had oils all over their bodies. And when they was girls up, all the girls except Angela and Lake Bailey was getting grinded on, and bedroom might have got pregnant at the jib jab, and and I want to say this about the jab jab too. What the hell? What in the entire? Oh, and they were so thirsty over that little man. Ain't none of these men, in my opinion, got me rubbing my temples. Have been all of that for them to come out of a bag and get naked for, except for the dudes at the mansion. But them dignitary whatnots and Randall and the bishop, this episode just really gave me the heebie-jeebies. And speaking of heebie-jeebies, we're going to go over the history of Jab Jab, right? So, the people of Grenada took it in reverse. They put the thing down, flipped it in reverse. That it's your fermented burning with. It's your fermented burning. Got a big. Let me search. Find out how hard I got to work. Now, let me just say this. The American saint and Christian are so in tune into the things that we should not be in tune into. It's ridiculous. The amount, I really believe that we are fearful. Not fearful of the things that go on outside of the scope of religion on what the slave master taught us, but I believe we are fearful in knowing that it might enlighten us to the point where we may come to the conclusion that this religion just ain't for us or never was of us. And we're scared to venture outside of it. Maybe when I tell you I wasn't scared when I met the minister Louis Farrakhan to venture outside of it. I wasn't scared when I read the autobiography of Malcolm X. I wasn't scared. I wasn't scared when I met my first Hebrew Israelite. I wasn't scared. I wasn't scared when I met my first Jehovah's Witness and I went on ahead and I opened the mother-sucking door. I wasn't scared when I opened the mother-sucking door to my first School of Mormon or whatever they were doing right around the time in the 1980s when they were coming around doing their ministry when I was, 11, 12, 13 years old. Which is why I understand the ladies on Salt Lake City. The reason why I understand bric-a-brac down there to the basketball wives, which is why I understood the size of sunset between the Hebrew and the Israelite and the Jew on that show, the Muslims on that show, the Christians on that show. Did they have any Christians? Wait, hold on. Let me hold up. Did they have any Christians on? Wait a minute. They might have not had any Christians on. Well, I take that back. the Catholic. I think MJ's husband is Catholic. Either way, what I'm saying is my mind is open to all of it, and that's why I know shit. My point is that jib jab wouldn't have scared me, or jab jab or whatever it was. It wouldn't have scared me because I made it my business to understand other cultures, other religions. I don't know everything. I wouldn't profess that I say that I know everything because I wouldn't know that. But if somebody from the jab jab came up to me and say, paint yourself in this black oil, we are representing the reversal of what they called us in slavery. We're not devils, but we are going to take that, flip it, and reverse it, and pretend to be. What in the world is wrong? I have heard content creators get their scary asses on here giving content, making ignorant ass that I ain't gonna mess with that. I ain't gonna touch none of that. Cause that there, right there, that might get me sent to some hell. What the fuck? People probably been doing that shit for thousands of years. And being that hell, nobody knows if you're going on. Ain't nobody been and come back and tell you about it. What the fuck is this? What you so scared of? Phaedra got her religious ass out there, but faith is different these days. And painting herself all up in them black oils and simulated sex and everything else out there. So, child, next morning rolls around. We found out that people had the oils and the orifices that nobody had ever seen before. Unseen, foreseen, and do not want to see again. Orifice. Some of them still had oils in the cooter cats. Some of them still had it in the Buddha holes. But not Phaedra. Why? Because BRIT took her fingers and spreading out Phaedra's cheeks apart and wiped all of the, got baby wipes, got toilet tissue, and got a soapy rag and cleaned out Phaedra's asshole. Then we find out that the crystal had broken and things had took a turn for the worse. And that meant something. But we had to bless the crystal and send it off into the ocean. Again, something ritualistic that is not of the Christian faith. Yeah, people be scared to fuck with crystals too. Crystals possess energy, but you have to put the energy into them and bless them in order for that energy to transfer from you to it. I ain't gonna mess with that right there. I ain't gonna get to sent to hell talking about jab jab. I'm gonna leave that on over there with them Grenada people. Cool. Yeah. I believe the ancestors took it and reversed it all, but eyes ain't gonna touch that. Oh no. Sound like Dr. Heavenly's ass when they went into that damn voodoo store down in New Orleans. And the only thing that bothered me about being in the damn store that a white man was running it. See, white people, in a lot of cases in this country, are the ones who have to tell us what our original faiths were and our original beliefs were in order for us to believe it. Because once they gave us Christianity, we got so deeply engrossed in that became above and beyond everything that could have possibly ever crossed us prior to slavery. And then, in order to get back into it, in order for us to believe it, we have to hear from the same people that took it away from us. Ain't that something? And with that, I'm going to close. Come on in. Oh, how can I close? Right there. Things are gonna take a turn for the worse with bric-a-brac and Kelly shouts that in 72 hours. So we might just really find out what was the straw that broke the camel's back, besides the glam team. And by the way, with Kenya, I saw Kenya's life twirl on, and I think I did a video on this. I can't remember, but she did say that Shamia and Portia were never friends, in her opinion, because Portia was doing things behind the scenes to not get Shamia on the show. But Kenya didn't have to tell us that. I mean, damn. Ray Charles could see that. And I could see it too. While I'm always bringing up Ray Charles, hell, my ass is blind. My blind ass could see. I got 4/4 quadruple quarter lenses in my glass. Shit. My own blind ass could see that. Okay? And with that, I'm going to close. Come on in, like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell button. You will be notified when I upload a video. And share the video. Why? Because sharing is indeed caring. And as I do, when I close, I'm going to check them up. Deuces.